Welcome in the Department of English, RBNB College, Srirampur, and you are watching a video on uses of tenses. The topic is prescribed at F.Y.B.A. semester 2nd compulsory English. Now today's video is based on the uses of past tense, that is simple past tense. So my friends, here is the formula of simple past tense, that is subject plus past tense of the verb. So if you remember this formula, you can make the sentences in simple past tense. So here the role of verb is very important. Now after studying the present tense, now for the first time you are thinking on the past tense of the verb. So far as this past tense of the verb is concerned, there are two types of verb which we have already studied, that is regular verbs and irregular verbs. So what is the difference between the regular verbs and irregular verbs? It is very simple to remember it. So there are few irregular verbs. If you make the practice, if you read the list of irregular verbs, it is very easy for you people to study the tenses. Now I come to what is regular verb and what is irregular verb. This is very simple to remember. So when we make the past tense and if the verb takes ed, it is known as regular verb. So here I have given you certain examples, just like arrange. The past tense of arrange is arranged, means past tense is made by adding ed to the main verb. Or arrive, A-R-R-I-V. Arrive, the past tense of arrive is arrived by adding ed, the past tense is made. Work, W-R-K, work, worked. Past tense of work is worked, means past tense is made by adding ed to the root verb, main verb or the stem. Or play, we make by adding ed, the past tense is made. So it is again a regular verb. Or ask, the past tense of ask is asked, ed is added. Or attack, ed, attacked, the pronunciation is t. Call, called, past tense is made by adding ed. Or boiled, boil, boiled, ed is added. So this is the list of regular verbs, and there are some verbs, the past tense of those verbs never made by adding ed. The verbs are known as irregular verbs. Now for examples, if you go to internet, you will get number of examples. So for example, catch is an irregular verb because the past tense of catch is caught and not ed is added. Or eat, the past tense of eat is ate, ate. Again, the past tense is not made up by adding ed. Or say, again it is a irregular verb. The past tense of say is said and not ed is added, S-A-I-D. Or find, again it is irregular verb. The past tense of find is found and not finded. Or sit, S-I-T, the past tense of sit is sat. The past tense of go is went, means not ed is added. Or tell, T-E-L-L, the past tense of tell is told and not told. Or another example, that is put, the past tense of put is put, there is no change. So such verbs are known as irregular verbs. So, so far as this tense is concerned, uses of simple past tense, you have to remember the past tense of the verb. Now, I come to the uses of simple past tense. So here, I have written you some examples which shows the uses of simple past tense. So here the simple past tense is used to refer to an action, activity or event that took place in the past. Means the action or event is already happened in the past. So this is again very important. One more thing we have to remember here, that the reference to the past is commonly, not always, but it is commonly shown by time adverb. So what is time adverb? If you read these examples, you can easily understand. Now I am going to read the first example, that is Rahane played in the match yesterday. So here the word yesterday indicates that it is a time adverb. This word yesterday shows that the event took place in the past, because the day is already over. So here the verb used in this sentence is play and ed is added. So it is regular verb. Rahane played in the match yesterday. So this yesterday is known as time adverb. I say it is generally used, commonly used, but it is not always. It means sometime it is used, sometime it is not used. In the second sentence, Sunita drove to Mumbai last week. Here the subject is Sunita and the verb is drove, which is the past tense of drive. Again it is irregular verb. In the first sentence the verb is played. It is a regular verb because past tense is made by adding ed. But here drove, not ed is added. Sunita drove to Mumbai last week. So this word last week, again it is known as time adverb. And when we say last week, that means I am going to tell you about the things or action already took place in the past. So it is known as the time adverb. In the third sentence you see, the trees shook violently in the strong wind. Here time adverb is not used. The trees is the subject of the sentence, while shook is the past tense of the verb. Again I come to this formula, that is yes stands for subject plus past tense of the verb. Here subject is the trees, then we take the verb, past tense of the verb, and shook is the past tense of shake. So the trees shook how violently when in the strong wind. So again it is a simple past tense is used. In the next example, he won the silver medal, or Meghraj won the gold medal, etc. So here he, the pronoun, is the subject of the sentence, or Meghraj is the subject of the sentence. He won, W-O-N. it is the past tense of win. He is the subject and won, the past tense of the verb. Again this formula here is used. He won the silver medal. And in the last sentence, Kalidas was a great poet. Here you see the main verb. Now while studying the role of modal auxiliary and primary auxiliaries, we saw the difference between primary auxiliary and modal auxiliaries. That sometime these auxiliary verbs can study or can do the role of main verb. When I say she is a teacher, okay, she is a teacher. Actually, is an auxiliary verb, but here in this sentence it plays the role of main verb. In the same way, when I say Kalidas was a great poet, here the verb was, actually it is auxiliary verb, but here in this sentence was plays the role of main verb. So here was is the main verb and it is the past tense of is. Okay, so this word, this auxiliary verb which plays the role of a main verb says that Kalidas is not live at present at the time of speaking. So once upon a time, or how many, the years are not here important. Now I come to the next point, the uses of simple past tense. It is generally I says, it is generally used to denote or indicate a single action which takes place in the past. For example, when I say the postman delivered my letter this morning or yesterday, again time adverb is used. Or when I say she wrote a novel, here single action in the past it is described, and simple past tense is also used to indicate a single action which took place in the past. Or when I say she watered the plant, maybe morning, maybe last week, maybe yesterday, etc. Here time is not described, but the single action which denotes, which took place in the past, here again simple past tense is used, that is she watered the plants. This is the second use to indicate single action. The next use of simple past tense is used to indicate habitual or repeated activity in the past. Here, repeated activity. While studying simple present tense, we have studied that simple present tense is used to indicate the habitual action, the daily action, which is still it is in practice. But here the main difference is that repeated activity or habitual activity in the past, there is no concern in the present. So on such occasions, we use simple past tense. When I say Meghraj played cricket when he was child, means now he is not playing cricket regularly, but it was his habitual action of Meghraj, that when he was a child. So when he was a child is very important here, that the action took place in the past. When I say Tushar walked to school every day, so here every day when he was a child. So every day it described that it was the habitual action of speaker, that is Tushar, when he was a child. When I say he went to office at 9 a.m. every morning, so this every morning, though these two words every morning indicates that it was the habitual action of the speaker. When I say he took his family to beach every Sunday, maybe for a walk we can say. So this every Sunday describe that it was a habitual action, and took, the verb used in this sentence, he took his family to the beach every Sunday. So took is the past tense of take. Again it is irregular verb. So took expresses that it is a past tense, and it also describes the regular activity or the habitual activity of the speaker. That is why here simple past tense is used. Sometimes to express the habitual activity or the regular activity, time adverb is used. Sometimes the use of used to plus main or the V1 or stem of the verb or the main verb. Now the past tense is used. When we use used to, we have to use the verb in the first form and not in the second form. When I say Sagar used to walk 20 kilometers, Sagar used to walk 20 kilometers when he was a student. So when he was a student, now he is not student. Okay, when Sagar used to walk. Now see, Sagar used to walk. Here, the first form of the verb is used. So, you should not add ed, though it is a past tense. The construction used to is used. So, after used to, we have to use the V1 or the first form of the verb. Or, I used to visit the family regularly. Again, this word regularly indicates the habitual action of the speaker. And who is the speaker? I used to. So, used to construction is used. And which is the verb? Visit. I used to visit the family, the college, or the garden, etc. Whatever it may be, regularly. So, this regularly describes the habitual action of the speaker. Or in another example, as a young man, he used to run 10 kilometers every morning. Again, this every morning describes the time, but it was the activity in the past. And how we noticed it? That by using the construction of used to, and again after used to, the V1 is used, that is run, because the past tense of run is ran and not run. Or we can in another example, instead of used to, sometime in the simple past tense, the construction of would, W-O-U-L-D, is used. Now see in the sentence, when I say Amrita would make upma, Amrita would make upma for our breakfast every day. Now again this every day indicates that it is the repeated activity of Amrita. Okay, and instead of using used to, sometime we can use construction would even also, the meaning remains the same. Now the question arises here that for the foreign learners it becomes difficult to know the difference between simple past tense and present perfect tense. This is very important because in present perfect tense the action is already completed, and in the simple past tense again the action is already completed, so it makes confusion to us. So here I'd like to give you two examples which can clarify you. When I say I saw the film, I saw the film, here I use simple past tense, and in this sentence the speaker, that is I, thinks of the action which takes place in the past. Here time is not important. When I say I saw the film, when is not important, and where when is not important we have to use simple past tense. And in the another example, when I say I have seen the film, I have seen the film, means in both the sentences action had taken place, already had taken place, but this is simple past tense because we can easily understand that after s, that is subject, the past tense of the verb is used, and in the second sentence the verb, the third form, or we can say past participle of the verb is used. See, saw, seen, and here subject plus have plus past participle, it means it is present perfect tense. And in simple in a present perfect tense, here effect of the past is left at the present. Means when I say I have seen the film, means I would like to say something. So when I say I have seen the film, it means you can ask me any question on it. You can ask me story, or what you are going to say is not correct, etc. So into bracket there are number of possibilities are there, while in the simple past tense there is no possibility. Again, the present perfect tense can used only with the adverbs showing in the present time only. So what is it? I would like to give you two examples. For example, I have seen this film last year. Now this is incorrect sentence, or it is, we can say, wrong sentence, wrong use of tense. This is an example of wrong use of tense, because I have seen, it indicates that present perfect tense is used. I have seen this film. What? That is the object begin. I have seen. So have seen. This is seen is the past participle of see, and this construction have seen or has seen indicates it is a present perfect tense. But here the time adverb, that is last year. This is very important. So last year, that means the action already took place in the past, and on such occasion we cannot use present perfect tense. But we can say, I have seen 30 films this year. This year indicates the present time. So here the time adverb this year indicates present time. So we can use present perfect tense. So this is the difference between simple past tense and present perfect tense. I hope you like this video and you might understand the difference between simple past tense and present perfect tense. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you to spare time with me.